Hello and welcome back again to Tie-Dye Car Guy. In this episode I am going to explain how to check an old school ignition switch. Of course, this is the car that I've been working on, the 1960 Ford T-Bird, and in the previous videos I was working on that relay over there and this really crispy wire that had been going from the ignition switch, to energize said relay, which I now have cleaned up and works again. So I'm trying to get this car wired back the way it was built when Ford did it, and in order to do that I have got to replace this wire here, which is in a very sad state of affairs. It goes through the firewall into our ignition switch. Basically the idea being, of course, you turn the key on, one click to the right, power goes over there, energizes that relay, and powers up the other components and circuits. Now, our switch under here, which I've pulled from the dash, sorry about the bright light here, that wasn't too hard to take out. It's got a nice little spring there. You reach back behind the dash, push it toward you, or pull it toward you, and there's a little lock ring here that you just do a quarter turn counterclockwise and take the switch backwards out from behind the dash. But anywho, so we're looking at our switch and it's labeled, you can hardly see it, right there is ST, that would be for starter. BAT is down here, of course that's battery power coming in on that yellow wire there. This one, which I have my positive lead on, is IGN, which is ignition, that would be the on position, and the other one back there is accessory. So of course the whole purpose of this switch is to send power from the battery to all of our components, and yes, I'm going to take care of this horrible, terrible mess that is the wiring in this car, but more on that later. The switch, so we want power to go from here to, let's say, run, which is the on position, one turn to the right. You take your voltmeter and you set it to check continuity, which is usually got a little picture of a diode. It varies a little bit by the meter. My weapon of choice here is a Fluke 177, which is a good meter. I've always believed, you use whatever makes you happy, but I got this one for a good deal and I really like it. So we've got our leads hooked up, and now when I turn this key to the right, that completes that circuit. The Fluke meter has a nice little beep feature to let you know that your circuit is complete if you can't see the meter. So now I'm going to check the starter function. You hold the key to the right, of course, works great, and so on and so forth. There's the other end of our extra crispy wire. So I will be replacing that now, and then slowly, bit by bit, going through the rest of it. Just thought, since I had this out, I would show you guys how these old switches work. Very simple, very easy. Now I just have to clean up the mess.